can see that buoy out there. It's just right out there now. It's about 150, 160 yards. Now Gavin's going to clear that buoy now, without a doubt, because he's got the right equipment. So we're starting on his first light rod, and then we're going to go on a heavy rod. A little surprise for him. Right, you ready, Gav? Right, so come on, Gav, talk me through. What rod have you got there, mate?
I've got the 12-foot 3-pound test curve long range Berkeley B2.
Yeah.
Just a basic rod. It's just got the 40mm butt ring. I've coupled that up with a Daiwa Emblem S.
Let's have a look at that reel.
Your basic Daiwa emblem. I don't really think when you're fishing at range and you're using lighter diameter, smaller diameter line, I don't think you need the massive long tapered spools. You can get away with, your average size reel. Still with, like we've explained, with a tapered leader.
Rightio. So what lead have you got on now, Gav?
On this particular one, I've only got a 3. With it being a 3-pound test curve rod, I don't want to overdo it.
Let's have a look at the lead.
It's a 3-ounce distance lead.
Nice. What's that you got on your finger, Gav? What is it?
Personally, I prefer these Chubb finger stalls. It's like a nice flexible leathery material with a strap around the wrist, so it's pulling tight on your finger. The last thing you want is it to flap about and catching your line on the cast.
That's very nice, that, mate. It's clever. What company uses that?
Chubb.
That a Chubb one, is it?
About a £5.
About a £5.
Yeah, it just stops the mono or the braid digging into your finger.
So it's a safety aspect.
Basically, yeah.
So would you say, Gav, when you're doing any sort of long range fishing, you need one of those finger stalls?
Yeah, I'd recommend it, because there's a lot of pressure on your finger, on the line digging into your finger on the cast. So.
Right, okay then, let's go through like your foot position now, guys. How do you have your feet?
Well, I'm right-handed, so I put my left leg forward, not like this, sort of just comfortable.
About a foot apart, and how you feel comfortable.
Apart. Point the left leg where I'm actually going to be casting to, and then this one I just,
the right leg.
Yeah.
You just put that at a 45-degree angle, do you?
Yeah, basically, yeah, just to cope with the weight transfer.
It's weight transfer. Now, what's this weight transfer?
Well, what I'd like to do is, when you're going for the cast, your weight, because you're going back with the rod, the weight is on the back foot. So as you come back, the weight's at the back, and as you transfer go for the cast, you're transferring the weight onto the left leg. So you're going from the arm action is basically this, and then the weight, you're coming from here. I cast like a pendulum, so I come back, weight's at the back, whack it forward, and the weight's going from the back leg to the front leg, basically,
Yeah, that's fine, that, Gav. Just another little tip, what I find as well, every time you do a big chuck, Gav, what's important to do after each cast?
Always check the spigot. Last thing you want is it for coming loose, and then you go and give it the big one, and it slides up where it's not meant to be, and just, there's a chance of it smashing or flying off into the lake.
Yeah.
So, and obviously you're checking behind.
So yeah, it's quite relevant. I think we should point this out.
Obviously not everywhere.
Actually, we make this very essential, Gav. To the left here, how much do you need a rod length?
Well, yeah, in a way to be safe, but not necessarily, because everything's happening overhead.
Yeah.
So as long as you've not got anything above you and anything for your rig to catch on behind, not everywhere's going to have this sort of room. You could be on a, in wood somewhere. In a
so basically, before you go for the big cast, Gav, you put the rod tip right up.
Right up.
Yeah. Check that there's nothing there.
Aiming for what to my marker. So I'm aiming parallel with my foot and my arms where I'm aiming. And as I come back, the weight's on the back foot, and I'm flicking forward. And then when the rods come back to its position, hold it at basically 45-degree angle, and it's following the line going off where the lead's going. I mean, you can cast and hold your rod up here. Well, that's not doing anything because of the friction in the tip. It's struggling, and the same with it being down here because the lead's going up. What you want to do is, after you've done your cast, when the rod's settled, you want to be holding it where the lead's going, so the line's following it basically.
And there's that boy there, out there.
So that's with the £3 test curve rod.
So go on then, give us one more big hey ho.
Well, shall I attach the rig?
Go on then, you're going to attach to your rig. Oh, is that with that? What was that swivel called again, Gav?
The covert, Gardner covert quick change link.
Oh, I like that, Gav. Never lost a fish on that then, no?
No, never. 100% confident in all this. So we slide the tail rubber over the swivel.
Right, you go. Right.
Make sure that leader knot's at the bottom of the spool. There we go.
So here's that boy right out there, 160 yards.
With a rig on this time.
See if we can get the splash.
Check the spigot again, make sure it's not slipped. And we'll go for it. There we go, it's the clip. So
I don't know if I've got that, like, but
it's basically the same distance. That hit the clip anyway.
it's right, Gav.
So that's £10 Pro Clear with a Daiwa tapered leader, 3 ounce lead on a £3 test curve rod. Slightly stiffer rod if you're on a big open space, because if there's a big crosswind it does help. With a stiffer rod you can up the lead size from, like, my preference is a 3.5, but you could up it to a 4, maybe a 4.5, just to cut through that wind. It makes it less effort basically.
Oh, you mean like the rod that we've got here now?
I believe you brought me a little toy, yeah?
I brought you in your little toy to play with, mate, yeah. This rod was built up by Nick Buss. Basically I talked through it with Nick, what I wanted, what I required. He set the rings up for me. And certain positioning, and also he's given me a nice blank, Gav. It's 13 foot, 3.5 pound test curve. What do you think of that?
Beast.
With a 4 ounce lead on. Are you happy to use that, mate? Is that going to be not too big for the chuckhead, is it?
I think I can handle that.
You think you could handle it? Come on, and let's get this rod out. Oh, she's a big one, isn't she?
50 mils.
50 mils, let's have a look at these eyes. The eye settings here. That's a 50 mil ring. There's the next mil, a 40.
30.
30.
20.
20.
I believe that next one looks like an 18 and a 16 mil tip.
And a 16 mil tip.
And
it's 13 foot and it's 3.5 pound test curve.
So it's an extra foot longer and half a test curve stronger. We've still got the Daiwa emblem.
What about this leader knot, mate? Where do you like putting your leader knot?
Well, like I explained it, I like the leader knot to be at the bottom of the spool. I don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah. At the bottom.
At the bottom of the spool. I mean, nowadays a lot of the reels have got slow oscillation, so you know, if it's at it doesn't have to be at the very bottom, because there's a lot of turns as it goes up. But if reels like this tend to have the knot at the very bottom line, so on the cast nothing's coming past the knot.
Right, yo. So basically, Gavin, we've gone for a 4 ounce lead now, haven't we?
Yeah, 4 ounce lead.
And you're going to give it some now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
this is without a rig. Obviously, always I'd recommend to clip up without a rig on, just in case any accidents.
Right,
you know, you don't want to be sending live rigs out in the lake, so you're better clipping up, having a few casts towards the float without a rig on first, just to get that confidence and, you know, consistency of it in that range. So
right, yo.
Give this a bit of a whack then.
See if we can get the boy back in again.